only within the Catholic Church does the Latin Rite, the Byzantine Rite, the West Syriac Rite, the East Syriac Rite, the Alexandrian Coptic Rite, and the Rite of Jerusalem all exist in their entirety, such that any Christian who wishes to enter the true Church of God does not have a competing notion between his natural obligations, which is naturally ordered obligation to want to remain in the culture and worship in the manner of his fathers, and at the same time follow the divine precept of being within the true Church of Christ. Those things are not in competition in the Catholic Church. And that is because the Catholic Church approaches the other rites as legitimate goods that must be preserved. They must be. Constantinople, over centuries, destroyed the West Syriac Rite of the Chalcedonian Antiochian Christians that were in communion with them. I'm sorry, but I don't mean to attack other rites, but if you're a Lebanese Antiochian Orthodox Christian and you attend the liturgy of St. John Chrysostom, you are not worshipping in the manner of your fathers. You are not. You are Greek. You've been Hellenized to the point that your own tradition is something that you pretend, like, that you participate in 2 times a year. When the liturgy of St. James is brought out almost like a cot out of it, like as if it's an exhumed body to be, represented on 2 occasions in the year when it's the Church of Antioch. Likewise, the Church of Jerusalem. I mean, many times people want to use, the argument that the churches in the East are, the Eastern Orthodox blocks are nationalistic churches, and I don't actually think that's a very good argument. If only the Eastern Orthodox churches preserved the rights of the nations that the borders of their diocese were formed around. It's almost as if God ordered that these churches, the Syriac churches of the West and the East, are reflective of peoples, of nation peoples. So it's not a problem that there are national characteristics or identities to the Eastern and Western churches. That is a modern pseudo-intellectual argument against the Eastern Orthodox Church, and Catholics need to just drop it entirely. But what is true, however, is that in the Eastern Orthodox bloc of churches, the Christians of Jerusalem and the Christians of Antioch do not worship within their traditions. There are even open hostilities on account of this. Palestinian and Jordanian Eastern Orthodox Christians continually upset for centuries over the fact that their bishop is Greek Orthodox and Byzantine. Now, obviously, in the Catholic Church, we don't really care when it comes to what country you're from, so to speak, but it does pose a problem when we're talking about an entirely different expression, that the Arabian Christians, the Jerusalem Patriarchate, do not have a manner of worship reflective of their tradition, that they cannot worship in the according to the church fathers that they descend from. But the Catholic Church allows for that because the Catholic Church has preserved all the liturgical rites of the church.